Welcome back, guys. You're watching today's Platinum, and today we're going to be going over some indicators that are going to be very beneficial for you guys to use when day trading, swing trading, looking to long-term invest. Overall, just looking for great entry points on coins, projects, whatever, stocks, anything you guys want to get into. That's what we're going to be covering. So basically, how to do technical analysis, kind of just for starters. So before we get into the topic of this video, if you guys are new to the channel, remember to subscribe and turn on post notifications as we put up 1 to 2 videos a day on cryptocurrency, as well as online business and entrepreneurship. And I know I've been saying that for a while, but I just haven't put up any videos of online business and entrepreneurship. I only put up like 3, but they are starting to come. I have a lot more free time now. So if you guys are interested, I've recently put a course together for becoming a professional cryptocurrency trader, and along with that course you get lifetime access to my private trading group, which is going to include some things like giveaways, daily signals and indicators on coins to trade, one-on-one sessions, and weekly content, giveaways. I think I said giveaways, but there's just going to be a lot of content in that group. Every day I'm going to be doing something in there. So if you guys want to be a part of that, there's going to be a monthly fee for those of you who don't get the lifetime access through the course. And as the price of the course continues to rise, the price of the monthly subscription will continue to rise. And May 1st is going to be the first time the price of the course rises. I think, not positive yet. I might wait to get 100 people in the course first. We're at about 60 or 65, I think. So 60 to 65 right now. So, and it's only been open for about a week and a half. So filling up pretty quick. So if you guys want to or are interested, go ahead and take a look. Maybe you'll like what you see. So what we're going to be going over today, like I said, is technical analysis. Now, a lot of people don't believe in technical analysis. And to be honest, I don't believe in some of it. A lot of people, I've seen some crazy looking charts, some absolutely crazy charts, just filled, the screen is just filled with all these different indicators, and I don't even know. I don't understand hardly half of what they do, but I do understand a lot, including the basics, some advanced things, intermediate, all of it. I am looking to help you guys out with trying to find the best indicators to use. So as we can see right here, we're on the 5-minute chart. Just going to zoom out real quick. 5-minute chart is usually what I use for day trading. 1 minute or 5 minute, things don't move too fast with Bitcoin, and they do, but the percentage is not that large for small little day trades. So you got to wait a little while to even get 1%. So let's jump out to the 1 hour chart real quick and just take a look. So as we can see, we've had quite a reverse in momentum for Bitcoin and a little bit of pull off. I actually am just curious to see. So first lesson is, I guess we'll just start off here. So Fibonacci retracement is one tool you can use in order to look for retracement levels and where exactly you should look to buy in after a large swing upwards. So you usually want to put the bottom all the way at the bottom of where it was, so right about here, and then you're going to align the top with the top, the highest price point in the area you're looking for, and you can go ahead and do that. Now these different levels are all very obviously different, but usually you want to look to get in this level right here. So below 50% retracement, or in this 60 to 70% retracement. And that is going to give you an optimal entry point after a large bull run. So, I would say anywhere from 7,000, I guess you could say, to about 8,000 is going to be an optimal entry point for where we're at right now. We went up pretty quickly in only, a month-ish, but still pretty quick. So just want to actually see how far we did go up. Yeah, so almost 50% in about a month. So could see some retracement here. Definitely looking for that, but also looking like we are starting to see some bull movement. So getting into the indicators, right now you just have a blank screen. So what I just used there, that is a tool. That's the Fibonacci retracement. That is to find key entry levels, and I just went over what you're going to look for there. So indicators on TradingView, if you want to find them, go over to indicators at the top, just click the button, and you're going to have this little dashboard, I guess you could say, of indicators. So over on the left side, you have technical analysis, built-ins, public library, my scripts. My scripts, you can actually create your own indicator based off whatever. Public library, that's people that have created indicators, and built-ins are normal indicators that have been used for years and years and years that are built in to the trading platform. You can also look at fundamentals, so anything you want to look at here. Economy and symbols, volume profile, marketplace add-ons, blah 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 blah. There's a lot. You don't really need to know it all. I really just use the built-ins for the most part. So there's a lot of indicators, so it's hard to really know which ones to use. So that's why I'm making this video. So what is our goal? First, we need to identify a goal. So for me, it's going to be looking for key entry points. I want to buy as low as possible, and I want to sell as high as possible. So we need to figure out some indicators for that. So I'm just going to draw this stuff out for you guys so we can get a little better look. So yeah, all right, so what we are looking for is basically we want lowest price, and we also want oversold. We want to see oversold signals. Okay, so we're going to get into that when we actually get into the charts again, but we want to think of these two things. We want the lowest price possible in the time period that we're trading in. Okay, you don't have to look at the last 3 years. That's not what we're going to be looking at. We're looking to swing trade and day trade, or if you're looking to long-term invest, you can also use this as well. So oversold signals, we want the lowest price, and we want a combination, right? We want a combination of indicators, because if we just use one, we may miss something that we wouldn't miss if we had a combination. So we want to remember that. You don't ever want to just use one indicator. You want to be using multiple indicators, at least more than 2 usually for me. And another important thing is you want to always make sure there is volume. Okay, so volume is very easy, and I will show you exactly how to look for that. So with this criteria, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. So thinking of that, I want to address the lowest price and oversold signals first, right? So some of the indicators we'll use for that is RSI, as well as Bollinger Bands. Okay. All right, so we now have 2 indicators. We have Bollinger Bands, which is going to create basically 3 lines, one below, one in the middle, and one above prices. Okay, so I'm going to go into a more of a day trading chart just so we can see this a little better. Let me just do 5 days here. And yeah, so all right, we can see a little bit better, and that is what we want. So as you can see, if you guys notice a little bit, whenever you see sideways movement, there always is a breakout at the end of that movement. Okay, a few places you can see it. Let me just outline it possibly. So right here, let's see, definitely right here, and right here. So as you can see, there's like the Bollinger Bands kind of get more narrow, and then they go wider, and there ends up being a large price swing. So anytime you see something moving sideways a lot, look out for a large price movement once that sideways movement ends, okay? You can always take advantage of that, and how we're going to look for that is with the RSI, right? The RSI basically signals when something is oversold. So as you can see, there's this purple area, and you guys really do not need to get too complicated and learn everything about all of these indicators. You just need to know the basics, okay? So oversold means a bunch of people just sold the coin, whatever you're looking at, or stock. They just sold it, and it is now triggering an oversold signal, which basically says, okay, there's been a ton of sell-off. There may be some buying movement starting to come in, and it kind of signals to traders, there is time to buy. This is maybe an optimal entry point. So with that, we are able to identify pretty good entry point just based off these two signals, right? But you don't want to just have two signals. Like I said, you want to be using multiple indicators. Like I said, you want to have a combination, right? That combination is going to be very important. So far we have two indicators, not too bad. We're looking to identify optimal entry points with these two indicators, and so far we are not doing too bad. So we're going to come back over here, and next thing we are going to address is we want to look for momentum. I'm just going to say MOM. MOM stands for momentum, if you guys need to know. So momentum. Basically, we want to know where the price of something is going to go in a time period. Okay, momentum means, if there's positive momentum, it's going to move upwards for a certain amount of time until that momentum is lost, and possibly there's a trend reversal. And those are the two things that are now basically key, right? So let me clear this. Next things we're looking for is, like I said, let me just... Alright, so like I said, momentum, and we want to look for trend reversals. Alright, so momentum and trend reversals are the next two things that we're going to look for. And before we do that, we obviously want to take care of the volume, like we said before. So you're literally just going to type in volume, and the first one is right there. Okay, the volume is going to be displayed down here, and you are going to be able to see spikes in volume. As you can see right here, when there is this optimal entry point, there was a sell-off, and now we have a ton of buying volume because of that signal. Okay, people waited for the sell-off, they waited for that optimal entry point, and they took advantage of it. You can see the volume right there, and just it starts to move up, right? These are short-term trends, okay? So in order to determine and look and say, okay, these are trends, and I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking, I apologize for that, but hopefully it's not too loud. So next two indicators, one of them is going to be the stochastics. All right, and okay, so stochastics, as you can see, kind of determines the trends, but it looks a little bit wacky. So what I do with stochastics is I play around with it a little. So for K, you just want to put 8. For D, leave it as 3, and for smooth, put it as 3. And this smooths it out a little bit, makes it a little bit easier to read and see what we're working with. So as you can see, something like this, a little bit of a sell-off right here, triggers the RSI for an optimal entry point. We see that at the same time, the stochastic is all the way down below this purple area, which is also signaling oversold and reversal in the trend. And the blue line comes up over the orange line, which signals a trend reversal. Okay, so you just need to know when the blue line goes up and over the orange line, that's a positive trend reversal, and when the blue line crosses back under the orange line, that's usually a signal that it may be time for the trend to start coming back down. That's not always the case, but normally when we do have an oversold signal on the RSI, and we also see this right here, we are going to see some upwards movement. And as we can see, we started to see some upwards movement, came back down a little bit. As you can see, also came back down on the stochastics, and we could have gotten a trade right here. Sold off here, come back down, got another trade, and moved back up. Now, of course, for me, I wouldn't have entered because I don't enter trades unless I see an oversold signal on the RSI. That's just me. I'm very strict with my trading. My rules are very strict. So basically, stochastics is going to cover both. So trend reversal and momentum. It's going to show the momentum upwards. Right now, it looks like we're getting to a narrow period, so we should have a breakout up or down after this narrow period. So it looks like we have momentum working upwards just a tiny little bit. And once that momentum has reached the top, wherever that may be, it will start to, cross over and under the orange line, kind of like how you saw here, or it may just go straight under and go drop back down. So that is going to allow you to read trends and also the momentum. So guys, these are the 4 indicators that I use. There are some other indicators that I use on occasion, but these are just some simple indicators that are really easy to read. You don't have to understand anything complex, and you're going to be able to be a profitable day trader.